Greetings, YouTube. Today I'm going to talk about Keen shoes. Not a specific model of Keen, but Keen shoes as a line of shoes. I own two models of Keen shoes at the moment. This here, and I picked these up for 13 bucks at a thrift shop. The reason I picked them up so cheap is that the pull tab on the left boot is missing, so I'm going to have to make a new one of those. And this pair here, the funky laces did in fact help the sale, and I paid 10 bucks for these, and they're in really good condition. There's a little bit of scuffing on the heel, I mean a little, and the rest of the thread is in excellent shape. And I've owned Keens before. In fact, my last pair of shop shoes, which had previously been my weekend shoes, were Keens. I picked those up ages ago, and I actually got those. I got those not as cheap as this, but I did get a significant discount because at the time I bought them, my wife was working for a sporting goods company, so I got a significant discount on those. And I had a professional help me find the right size and such, which was nice. But Keen shoes have, we use switch hands so I can actually spread my fingers up, have a wide toe box. So they are actually very much shaped like this from heel to toe. I mean, it's not quite that exaggerated, but the toe box is wide here. It's not, and it's rounded like this, doesn't come to a point, and they really feel like they are wrapped around my feet while still having room inside here. They feel, they're fairly light. They're just standard light hikers. This is nothing special here. But I like the color. They're Keens. I like the laces, and for 10 bucks, I couldn't go wrong. And again, in excellent shape. I have no idea why somebody got rid of them. Maybe they just didn't. It wasn't the style anymore. I have no idea. But I had been wearing a pair of Adidas light hikers, and which are just standard sneakers on steroids essentially, and they were narrower here. They still, I mean, I still own them. Narrower in the toe box, and I believe that has caused me some issues with my feet. Now, I do have foot issues. I have diabetes, and I suffer from neuropathy, so I lose sensation in my feet. I don't lose it, it's gone. It starts around the mid-calf, and as you go down further and further down my foot, the sensation gets less and less. So the arch of my foot has far more sensation than do the ball or the heel or the toes. In fact, my toes have so little sensation to them. I've actually pulled toenails off that were damaged with no sensation whatsoever on my part. It's really grossed my wife out. Almost made her throw up. But so damaged toes got to come out. Toenails got to come off. It's got to come off. And so having a wide toe box helps ensure that I have the space. And I thought the Adidas were wide enough, but apparently they aren't. I'm probably going to get rid of those. I didn't pay a huge amount for those. I paid like 40 bucks, I think, for them. And I was wearing them on the weekends. So I'd be wearing them for 2 days a week. And not all the time, because if I was in my shop, I would wear my shop shoes, which were Keens, just really, really beat up Keens. And so I was probably wearing them walking for maybe 6 hours a day, so maybe 12 hours, maybe more like 10 to 12 hours a weekend. And that didn't cause me any problems. But this past week, I was on vacation, so I had them for the bulk of that vacation. And I noticed a problem with 3 of my toes because the toes arch more than the others because they're damaged. And even though I've had the tendons cut on those toes, yes, I've had intentionally cut the tendons. Not me, but a doctor has intentionally cut the tendons on 3 of my toes to make them sit flatter. They still don't sit as flat as a healthy person's toes sit. So the tops of my toes ended up getting more pressure on them than I really liked. So I'm probably just going to get rid of those shoes. They're in excellent shape. Someone else can benefit from them. They would probably get 2 or 3 solid years of wear out of them. So somebody will benefit from this. Somebody who doesn't need wider shoes. So I've decided that I'm going to stick to Keens regardless. So when these start to begin to show a little wear, I will start to look for more Keens at thrift shops. And I lucked out. I found both of these pairs on the same day in 2 different Goodwills, or one was a Goodwill and one was a Savers. I can't remember, but regardless, I found them in thrift shops. So I will do the same thing and start looking for Keens that are in my size and have the right kind of fit, because I have, like I said, I have gross sensations. So like if I move my toes up, which I can still do, I can't scrunch the toes that have been cut. I can't do this with those toes because the tendon doesn't exist anymore. But I can lift them up, so I can tell how much space there is around my toes, and these have lots of space. It's very much almost like having a slipper around the tops of my toes, because there's just a lot of room in there. It's quite comfortable. Um, though I did take a rather long walk in these without having me breaking them in completely, and I did end up with some mild hot spots on my feet because of them, on here on my feet right there. Nothing to be worried about. I slap some moleskin on that and I'll be fine. I've already slapped moleskin on it and I'll be fine. But I had not been out walking for quite a while. I don't take a lot of walks, and we went on a 4 mile little hike, which was all flat ground, thankfully, but still my feet were not used to walking around that much time all at once. At work, I wear steel-toed work boots, Chippewas. You can see those reviewed here on my channel. I've done a number of videos on Chippewas. And I have customized insoles in those, which are meant to comfort my feet in exactly the way they need to be comforted, but they cost $350 and they only fit inside my work boots. So they don't get moved from shoe to shoe to shoe. They stay in those boots. In fact, the work boots cost less than the inserts. And though the work boots are still like $270. So I get like $600 worth of boot on my foot when I'm at work. The cost of being diabetic and having neuropathy. But I really like the way Keens fit my feet, and I'm going to stick with Keens. They have the best toe box of any shoe I've ever worn, barring like snowshoes, like winter boots that are designed to be big and bulky so you have space around your feet, and the kinds like what do I wear for, shoot, I can't remember the brand I wear in winter. It begins with a K, but I'm not positive. But they just slip on your leg, and they're very warm and very comfortable and very dry. I got those at a yard sale for $10. They were awesome. So I like Keens. I like their toe box. I'm very happy with them. So if you have a wider foot, or you have some kind of foot issues and you want space around your toes, especially say if you have a hammer toe or something, you might want to try Keens. They are going to give you a lot more room in your toe area than you're probably going to find in any other kind of a shoe, unless it's been like custom made to deal with any particular issues you have. So I highly recommend Keen shoes.